But there is something I do want to address and I do want to talk about because it goes into recruiting, it goes into the portal, and it goes into things. And honestly, it is this timeline for recruits, like portal timelines and things like that. So, for those of you who don't know, I just have a weird thing about the way timelines is set up. And the one person that exemplifies what I'm about to explain is Jareel Cobb. So, I'm going to pull this up real quick. And here's what I'm talking about. Where is he? Where is he? All right. So, Jareel Cobb, right? When we look, so this is Jareel Cobb and his timeline of events in terms of the portal. So he got offers starting in 2023. Offer. He commits to Air Force. Commits to Air Force in July 2024. And they offer him. All of a sudden, he decommits. Then he commits. He goes, visits North Carolina. He gets the offer from North Carolina. Makes a commitment from North Carolina. Signs with North Carolina in January. Enrolls here. And then by April, enters the transfer portal and goes to transfer to UNC Charlotte. And I have an issue with this because in my mind, I'm like, bro, how many times can you commit and decommit and just keep doing this? Especially when you've enrolled, especially when you signed. Now, I don't know if the young man had a potential family issue. That could be a case. If that is the case, I will shut up on this camera. If that is the case, like it's a family emergency, you got to go home and do what you got to do, or X, Y, Z, I will shut up. But if this is more so you just didn't like the situation or whatever the case may be, or you didn't like that you weren't getting the burn you thought you would after you signed the contract, I don't like you being able to just easily commit out of there and go to another school like right there. Like you committed to Air Force, then decommitted to Air Force. All right, cool. That's not it. Then committed to North Carolina, fully enrolled in North Carolina, just to enter the portal and then go to Charlotte. And who's to say you're not going to decommit out of Charlotte and go somewhere else if Charlotte doesn't give you the burn in the summer workouts?
But this is what we're talking about with how crazy the transfer portal is and all this. Like, there's just no real loyalty to it. Like, you're not expected to go and say, "Hey, I'm going to come here," and nobody's holding you to you're going to come here. And unfortunately, that's just the game that we're playing now with this transfer portal mess. And quick side note, going back and looking at 24/7 composite rankings. We are still 36. We were 36 last week, but we're 36 now. We've actually moved up in the overall rankings to 28th.
Hey!
Composite wise, we have 1 4-star and 26 3-stars.
Yeah.
So for the 36 rankings, we're 1 4-star and 26 3-stars on 30 commits on that. So we got a couple of us up under there. And for the overall, with our 8 4-stars and 54 3-star commits this year, totaling 69 commits. So the fact that he brought in 69 new players just for 2025 is amazing to me.
It's astounding.
Because even Texas, who has the number 1 class right now, according to 24/7, only have 36 commits. The only difference is they have 5 5-stars and 18 4-stars.
I was about to say they also got a lot of
that's really the
returners
biggest difference. And then you got Oregon only got 31, Georgia got 37. So like your top 10, the most commits out of the top 10 classes this year are 45, and that's Auburn.
At this rate, because of that, do you potentially think UNC may become the Kentucky basketball of college football. And what I mean by that is players are going to go to UNC because they know that is the most pro-like system they're going to get them ready for the pros. Kind of like how Kentucky was the one and done. Like if you went to
Mhm.
Kentucky and you just balled out, you knew you were going to the pros. Calipari would honestly be like, "Why are you trying to stay longer? If you balled out here, go to the pro. You just did a one and done." You know what I mean? And I'm thinking with these recruits and everything, that's what they see UNC as now. And I know Alabama was kind of like that during the Saban years, but we also know that wasn't for every position. Like quarterbacks died in Alabama.
True.
Like up until Tua, Jalen, and Mac Jones, typical quarterbacks died after Alabama. They weren't
Definitely.
they weren't getting like started burn and great playing time or even performing great when they got there. Like the most
Oh yeah,
notable prior to those three was
Jalen
AJ
Hurts.
McCarron and Greg McElroy.
Oh boy, because Jalen Hurts and Bryce Young are probably the
Jalen,
two biggest
Bryce,
examples
Tua,
of what
and Mac
Alabama
Jones.
quarterbacks should be. Right, and I can kind of say Mac.
I'm gonna give Mac a little. You know I don't like Mac like that,
I'm gonna give
but
him a little credit
yeah,
because where
I'm gonna
he
give him a
went
little
wasn't a good
credit.
situation.
Right. But at the top,
So
but those are those four. And even then, Bryce wasn't part of Saban's crew. Jalen was. Like Jalen was part of Saban's crew. Tua was part of it, and Mac was part of it. Bryce was after Saban left.
that that doesn't sound right.
Am I wrong?
That is, yeah, no, I think you're wrong
Am I wrong? Hold up.
because Milton is the first quarterback to come out of Alabama post Saban. Because this was the first year Alabama didn't have Saban this past season.
Okay. I apologize. I apologize for my statement. I don't know
But
why I thought
I say my hatred runs deep. I paid attention.
I don't know. I don't know why I thought he left prior to Bryce getting there. But you know what?
Nah, he was
I
in now because
that might be
he was
hey,
there.
that might be the hatred because Bryce plays for Carolina, I might have just separated him. I might
Maybe
have just separated
maybe.
him from Alabama, be like, nah, you got away from Saban.
So going and looking at so I went on three, see what on three has us ranked at. On three actually is a little more harsh on us.
On
So
three, don't do that.
on three is actually
Disrespect.
way more harsh on us. So currently nationally ranked 44th, nationally ranked ninth in the ACC. So we lost
Mm.
17 spots nationally and 5 spots in the conference with an overall score of 86.72 on 30 commits and 40 transfers. So
The
either way, you
disrespect.
still brought in 70 new guys.
The disrespect though.
Like just like that's still great. That's still a great number to see. Like yeah,
It's a
I
great
think
number,
on
but let's
three,
not act like that's not
I think on three
disrespectful.
is more nitpicky compared to. That's what I'm thinking is going on is that they're a little more nitpicky. They're going to be more scrutinizing on what you're going to do. And
Mm-hmm.
then according to rivals, I don't know if they're going to give me a whole.
No.
Let's see
It's 10,
here.
15, you hooligans.
So they're and by saying rivals is talking about the 2026 class. We just need 2025 right now.
They said you're gonna get what you get and you're gonna like it.
They really did. So rivals has us ranked 41st nationally.
Mm. Oh, ew. Oh no. I don't
And
like that.
then
Side note,
we're actually 10th in ACC according to rivals.